The Apostle Paul wrote to the church at Corinth, addressing their bickering and their posturing for control. And I quote, "I have a serious concern to bring up with you, my friends. Using the authority of Jesus, our Master, I'll put it as urgently as I can. You must get along with each other. You must learn to be considerate of one another. You must cultivate a life in common purpose for His kingdom." 1 Corinthians 1:10. If you want to verify that that's actually in the Bible. You see, folks, the church has always squabbled. And God has addressed it for centuries. And it seems like we are the dumb sheep who can't ever get it right. If we are not together, if we are not unified, if we are not on the same course, if we don't have the same purpose, God can't use you. You've got to all be going the same direction. And if you won't, and if you don't, God will leave you. If you want a mess, He'll let you have a mess. If you want a church that brings glory to the Father, He'll help you get there. But you've got to do your part. And that also is what you need to pray for today. Because if you don't go in the same direction, you're going to be doing this over and over and over and over again. I have been into too many churches 2-3 times because they didn't get along. And they kept doing this. They kept bringing people in who couldn't stand to be there. Because the people didn't like each other. That's not God's church. Well, there should have been an amen there. God's church is for one purpose and one purpose only. That is to bring the lost into contact with a loving, merciful, saving God. And if people don't want to come in here because they know what we're really like, we're not going to be able to introduce them to Jesus. But if they see that something's really going on and everybody's going in the same direction and God's doing things, people will want to come. And when people want to come, that means God's got a plan and He wants you to be a part of it. So it really is up to you. You can pray about the vote you cast today. But at the same time, why don't you ask God to make you the type of leader in the church that will benefit the leader He calls? You don't control the pastor, you support the pastor. You don't overrule the pastor or the board. You support the board and the pastor. You don't do your own thing. If you do your own thing, I'm telling you, God does not like that, and He will not put up with it. This is His church. It's all about Him, not about you. He gives you grace to be here in His church. And if you want to be used by Him, He will. But you've got to get it right in your own heart. Jesus has to be enough. Just stand. Father, I want to pray for this congregation. the decisions they're going to make in a few minutes. My prayer is that it will be according to your will. I pray that you would empty everyone of their own will and only seek your will. Whoever the individual is, it might be Chad, it might not be. Whoever you choose, whoever is listening to you, we pray for that individual as well. Because, Lord, this is your church. It is all about you. And we want to see it flourish and grow and manifest the glory of God in this community. We pray for holiness to reign in and through every department, in and through every leader, in and through every facet of ministry that belongs to your church here. Father, glorify yourself through what is done here today. In Jesus' name, amen. Turn it over to Renee.